Hello there, and hello again from another Jay's Shed on this extremely very cold day here on January. It's very potatoes out there at the moment. Anyway, on this little episode, this little bite-sized episode, we're going to have a look at mercury and metal halide lamps, the tube kind, the ones with the T on the end. Various ones in different wattages, vary right through from 35 watts right through to 2000 and maybe beyond even. There might be something even more bigger in wattage out there, we don't know yet. But anyway, this is a little small collection I've got. So what we'll start off with a capped metal halide, which is a 50 watt, and this one is a, who's this one made by? This is made by, hasn't got a name, yes, a GE. This is a GE one, there we go. Yeah. Little electrode in the centre there, looks a bit black. I think this one may have been end of life on a little bit. This is made by GE, General Electrics of course. You've got the indent at the end there, which is a feature of these metal halide tubes, and of course we've got the old usual Edison screw on the end of that one. So there we are. There's a little just a thing there. There we go. And that is a 50 watt one, and this would be used from street lights into anything else. Quite a popular wattage actually, this one is a 50. The next one we look at is yet another 50, and this is interesting because this one is a Phillips, and if you notice on this one, the actual arc inside there is a different shape there compared to the GE one. You see, it's more of a like a blob in there compared to the GEC one, which is just like a straight electrode in there. So these two are both 50 watts. The Philips one, unlike the GE, doesn't have the dimple in the top. It's got a slight part from where the glass is actually blown there. See it, like a little, works like a little lens, but it's not actually an indent like these ones. And also the end is different. If you look at that, the supporting of the cage for the electrode is different, the support bar, and that's your 50 watt. And then we can move up from that, and obviously there's other wattages in between there. You can go up to 45 watts and all different things, and 70 watts as well. That's another popular one, 70 watt, mainly in linear form, which I'll show you in a minute. I've got a linear one here. Okay, then we can step up here to a 100 watt halide. This one has got the large Edison screw cap. I think that's named known as E40 actually. These are very popular use in street lighting, especially in towns and cities. And these halides burn a nice white, although you can get colour renderings, and you can get them in warm white as well, depending on what the kelvins are on it. This one is a Phillips again. This has got a slightly different setup. It's got a circle bit at the top there for holding the cage for the burner, as we call it. No, for the electrode inside there. And then if you look carefully, that one is a little bit dark as well, but that doesn't really matter, doesn't mean a thing. These things will fire. There we go, and again, same sort of setup with a little wee bit there. And we've got to see that this is a 100, I think it is 100 or 100, no, it's 150 in fact. This is a 150 watt lamp. Linear lamps, yes, I'm going to save the best lamp till last. Linear. Okay, this is a Crompton, or Crompton, call them Crompton, is it Crompton? No, Crompton, yes. A Crompton linear metal halide 70 watt lamp this is, and this would go in spotlights and floodlights alike for like yards and maybe stadiums, anywhere which needs a reflected light with very high colour rendering of daylight. This one I think is about 600k, I think. I'll have to check on the box for this one. I think it's about 600k. Again, it looks like a halogen, and it will actually fit in a halogen fitting. I run one of these in a normal halogen housing, and it performed very well. Just make sure though that you get the igniter and the ballast as close as you can to these tubes, because they don't like firing up if your ballast is like 3 meters away from it. So worth in mind. And this is yeah, is this 70 watt? There we go. So that is what they call the linear one. And last but not least in this little collection is the biggie. This is the largest one I've got at the moment. This is more of a mercury lamp than a metal halide. There we go. This, well, you can see how big this one measures. This is quite a big boy, this one. Again, the large cap on the end. Again, we've got the mercury arc tube in the centre. We've got the staging, we've got the little resistor there that helps the lantern keep a nice steady form. And this is the way that the staging for the electrode is done there. And this would burn a very white light. Again, 400 watts. This would be in high tower lights, stadium lighting, sports fields, stuff like that. Possibly would be used on motorways and highways and so on and so forth, but not as readily as HPS lighting would be. And this is the, there we go. So that's that one. And this is, I think this is made by, although the actual, see if we can see what make this one is. It looks like it may be a Philips, but the actual branding's come off the etching on there. It looks like that. It's got 400 watt MV on there. Yeah, so so I put out a screen a little bit there. But yeah, so that's 400 watt, and you can get these up to 1000 and up to 2 kilowatts, I do believe as well, which are really big. I used to have a large one, they are big. Unfortunately, yes, it ended up in many little pieces, and it's not something you can stick back together either. So there you have it, a small collection there of metal halide. We'll at one point see if we can get one of these firing up and working, because they've got a really nice firing up colour. They tend to go green, and then they go like a bluey green, and then like a yellow, and then a pink, and then they get to their actual proper light output and proper colour renderings on these. But they are quite fun to watch firing up, these things are. So there you have it, different kinds of metal halide. Next we shall be looking probably at some more sodium lighting, more so low pressure sodium as well, so watch out on the videos for that. And we've got some restorations coming up as well. We've got the P178 Fosco lollipop lantern, of which I call it, because it does look like an old fizzy lollipop by the shape of it. So we've got that restoration coming up as well, and also we'll be installing the Tamlight Osprey that we just readily refurbished. So until then, stay safe, thumbs up, subscribe, put the bell on and get every update from me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.